Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today we're going to make some hot sauce. Start off by soaking some hickory smoking chips or any kind of wood chips that you prefer in water for at least 4 hours. I prefer overnight. I just soak them in a little bit of water. You don't need a lot of wood chips because we're just smoking our vegetables, and I make small batches of hot sauce, not a lot, so we really don't need to do a big production because a small amount of peppers will yield 3 to 4 bottles of hot sauce, and that's adequate for our family for 1 year. After soaking the wood chips, place them on some aluminum foil and make a little parcel out of it. Nothing fancy, just make a little package. Take a fork and place a few holes in the foil so that the smoke from the wood chips can escape and get into your peppers and onions and garlic. I know this is a little bit controversial, but I prefer to use charcoal. You can use a gas grill if you would like. Take your wood chips, place it in one area of the grill, and allow those wood chips to start imparting flavor to your grill. After a few minutes, go ahead and put your vegetables on the grill. For the hot sauce, I'm just going to be using the jalapenos, onions, and garlic. These shishitos are just for dinner for tonight, along with some chicken. So we'll grill these until they have a light char and a wonderful smoky flavor. I like to use these grill trays, but if you don't have one, you can put soaked wooden skewers or metal skewers through your veggies and grill them like that. That way you don't have to chase them around the grill or risk dropping any of your hard any of your efforts, without losing any of your efforts that you made to grow the produce. And even if you didn't grow the produce, you still don't want to waste money by literally just letting everything fall into the grates. So either use some skewers, which I have done before, or get a grill tray so you don't have to chase everything around. Because our onions and our ripe shishitos have more sugar content than our jalapenos, they are browning up a little bit more quickly, so I'm going to go ahead and get these off for dinner and just work on our jalapenos, garlic, and onions for the hot sauce. Alrighty, when our onions have a nice light char, go ahead and take them off the grill. Same with the garlic. we get a little light char, you can go ahead and take those off. They don't have to get dark. The main purpose of this is to impart a smoky flavor because I enjoy a smoky hot sauce. This one I don't actually think is a jalapeno. I think it's an Anaheim, but it's fine. So we're going to take our peppers, onions, and garlic and put them in a pot. Let the heat on medium. To this, I'm going to add half a cup of distilled water or filtered water. And 2.5 cups of white distilled vinegar. 5% acidity. That was 2 cups. And an additional 1/2 cup. I'm going to start with 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and then we'll bring this to a boil before processing it. Boil your ingredients for about 5 minutes, making sure that you're careful not to put your face over the pot that you're boiling it in, because the combination of the hot peppers and the vinegar, those fumes can be really, really, really painful if you get them in your eyes or nose. So stay back from the pot while it's boiling. Okay. So we're going to take the contents from our pot and put them into a food processor. You can use a blender or an immersion blender, but this is just a little easier for me than using my stick blender. It gets it a little bit more fine than the stick blender does, which it doesn't matter too much because I am going to it doesn't matter too much because I am going to strain this when it's all done. And make sure you put all of the liquid as well as the vegetables in your food processor or blender. Once again, it is still warm. I let it sit for a second before it's before putting it in here, just so I could minimize any burn risk, but it is still hot, and I'm going to leave this part of the food processor open so that some of that steam can escape. But once again, don't put your face anywhere near that. Okay, let's go ahead and blend it up. So it might have helped if I put the blade in. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the blade in now, and we'll blend it up. So here's our finished hot sauce before it's strained. I bought this little set from Amazon that has a little tiny strainer with a tiny funnel, but it's a little precarious and I'm afraid I'll make a mess. So what I'm going to do instead is use a slightly bigger strainer and then pour it into the bottles from there. When you get down to this pulp from the peppers, onions, and garlic, you can choose to put it back through your blender or food processor and just try and extract as much of the hot sauce as you can. So I've extracted as much as I can from the blended hot sauce ingredients. This is what we are left with. Stir it up, make sure everything is nice and smooth, and then pour it into our bottles. So this batch made only 2 jars, and that's fine because I feel like we're going to get more peppers. We still have a little bit longer here in southern North Carolina, growing zone 8A. And these bottles and caps, I got this whole thing as a set from Amazon, so it's pretty affordable and makes you feel very legit about your homemade hot sauce. Very, very beautiful. You guys go and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye, everybody.